African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoy, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command in combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of June 30th, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces improved the situation along the forward edge. They inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized, a ranger, 3 airborne-assault brigades, 3 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 territorial defense brigades, and the Special Forces Unit Khimera of the GUR in the areas of the settlements of Bessalovka, Bessalovka, Novaya Sich, Varakino, Mariupol, Olkhovatka, and Sadki in the Sumy region. In the Kharkiv direction, units of 2 mechanized, airborne assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 2 territorial defense brigades were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Olkhovatka, Olkhovatka, and Volchansk in the Kharkiv region. That the Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 220 servicemen, 2 tanks, 4 armored combat vehicles, 4 cars, and 3 field artillery guns. 2 ammunition and material depots were destroyed. Units of the West Group of Forces took up more advantageous lines and positions. Formations of 2 mechanized, airmobile, and assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Shikovka, Sobolevka, Kupyansk, Novosergeevka in the Kharkiv region, and Zelenaya Dolina in the Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost over 230 servicemen, 10 vehicles, an artillery piece, 5 electronic warfare stations, and 3 ammunition depots. Units of the Southern Group of Forces improved their tactical position. They inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of 5 mechanized, assault, mountain assault, and airmobile brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of the settlements of Seversk, Serebryanka, Chesavyar, Pretikino, Konstantinovka, Alexandro-Sheltino, and Sherbanovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost over 210 servicemen, 2 tanks, a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, a vehicle, 3 field artillery pieces, and 2 ammunition depots. Units of the Center Group of Forces improved their position along the forward edge. For mechanized, assault, and airborne brigades, 2 assault regiments, an unmanned systems regiment of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 2 Marine brigades, 2 territorial defense brigades, and a National Guard brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Dmitrov, Krasnoarmeysk of the Donetsk People's Republic, Krasnoznamenka, and Novopodgorodnoye of the Dnipropetrovsk region. The losses of the Ukrainian Armed Forces amounted to up to 430 servicemen, 6 armored combat vehicles, 3 pickups, and an artillery piece. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defense. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 4 mechanized, mountain assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, a Marine brigade, and 2 territorial defense brigades in the areas of the settlements of Voskresenka, Karl Marx of the Donetsk People's Republic, Malinovka, Temirovka, and Poltavka of the Zaporizhia region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost over 190 servicemen, 4 vehicles, 3 field artillery guns, and an electronic warfare station. Units of the Dnipro Group of Forces defeated formations of 2 mechanized, mountain assault brigades, 2 coastal defense brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Olkhovatka, Novosergeevka, Kamenskoye in the Zaporizhia region, and Otradokomenka in the Kherson region. Up to 70 Ukrainian servicemen, 5 vehicles, 3 field artillery guns, 5 electronic warfare stations, and 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian Armed Forces groups have damaged an oil terminal that supplies fuel to the Ukrainian Navy. Production workshops, assembly and storage sites for strike unmanned aerial vehicles, ammunition depots, as well as temporary deployment points for Ukrainian Armed Forces formations and foreign mercenaries in 146 districts. Air defense systems have shot down 4 U.S.-made JDAM guided aerial bombs and 144 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 663 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 66,304 unmanned aerial vehicles, 612 anti-aircraft missile systems, 24,094 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,572 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 26,800 field artillery pieces and mortars, 37,481 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.